This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
When you love riding a motorcycle, you want to ride it everywhere, even to a physical.
Let's check your weight. Hop on the scale. Look at that. You're down a few pounds.
Oh, yeah. Must be the new carbon fiber wheels.
And when you love saving money, you want to save even more. That's why Geico makes it easy to bundle your motorcycle and car insurance.
I'm going to prescribe 91 octane for your engine knock, and we'll want to see you again in 3,000 miles.
Kickstart your savings with Geico Motorcycle. Bundle and save on the things you love.
Bob and Tom comedy bits? Check. Willie Griswold? Check. Jess Hooker? Check. Jessica Alsman? Check. It's the Bits and Pieces Podcast.
Hey, welcome to Bits and Pieces, the podcast that revisits our favorite Bob and Tom show comedy bits. It's Jason, Jess, Jessica, and Willie. Today we are talking movies, y'all. The Oscar nominations are out. The theaters are open. Let's do this. Y'all seen anything good lately?
Ooh.
The Eternals was the last one I think I saw.
Yep, I saw that in theaters on the road.
No, Spider-Man. Spider-Man was after that.
Yep.
So that's like the third biggest movie of all time.
Yeah, man. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was
I
good.
loved it.
Yesterday I watched Frozen 3.5 times because my nieces were over. So
Aww.
if that counts, that's the most recent movie I've watched.
Frozen, the first Frozen?
First Frozen.
I've never seen the second one. I thought you said...
Second one's very good.
I don't. Well, one of them was saying, "I want to watch the one where somebody's dead," and I was like, I guess I missed that. Apparently, in the second one, somebody dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in most Disney movies, people don't... Well, they're like in Up, there's like the animated miscarriage. That's pretty brutal. Yeah, there are some pretty tragic deaths.
They miscarry in Up?
Yeah, that's like the whole first thing.
I thought it was she just dies. She's old and she dies.
No, remember they're pregnant and they're like looking at the heartbeat and then they go in. They're like, "Sorry, it's not going to happen."
You see the
It's
doctor
all
shake
subtle.
his head.
Yeah, it's not. It's kind of a.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's like the movie starts.
It out of my
There's
brain.
I know it's really tough. They really push it down. Honestly, we probably shouldn't have started with this. Maybe we should redo this. But I say we just charge forward.
Now, Jesse, you don't go to movies that
I
much,
hate
right?
the movie
You hate
theater.
going
I
to
hate-
the movie.
I don't even hate the movie theater. I hate the time. Like, if I invest time into something, I know I have to know there's a return. It is too risky to go, here's 2.5 hours of my day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pay you to cut time out of my day when I could be doing something productive. Unless I get a guarantee, like the three of you could go, Jess, this is a movie you would love. And I would trust you and I would spend my money and I would go see it.
Mm-hmm.
But without that stamp of approval from someone who knows me, I'm not going to the movies.
But you'll watch a movie on Netflix at home.
Occasionally, I'm really big on docs right now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, like there's a Guggenheim one. The new Julia documentary is really good.
Julia Child?
Yeah.
Got it, cool.
Yeah, and I'm kind of into those right now because I feel
Okay.
like I'm going to learn something.
Yeah, no,
I'll
absolutely.
get something,
Absolutely.
It's yeah.
Do you ever do that? Are you ever like at like I almost said cocktail party. I've never been to a cocktail party. Are you ever like hanging out with people, like having a conversation, and you want to be like, I was reading this book, and then in the back of your head, that was a documentary.
That was 100% a TikTok.
Yeah, it was just like it was a clip of a documentary from Twitter out of context. Yeah, dude.
all the time.
I'll do that. I'll like get like stoned or whatever, chill at home and watch documentaries.
Yeah.
And like an hour and then I'm just like, I'm being productive right now.
Yeah,
I'm learning, dude.
Yeah, maybe that's why I need to start getting high. Like, because it'll give me, like, I'll give myself more grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the benefit.
There you go.
It can go the other way though.
Oh, okay.
You can go the paranoid route very easily, especially if you don't smoke often, and that is not fun.
Oh yeah.
That's not you're being like you're stoned and you're trying to chill and you're like I got to be productive, and then you start like organizing your closet, and then you like take all the clothes and you put them on your bed, and you're like I am too tired to do step 2 of this.
Right. I get
then
that.
You like sleep on your clothes and you wake up, you're like what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, there was a guy that used to work here who would partake regularly, and he claimed he was the most productive when he was high all the time.
Some people might be.
But stoners love saying, "Oh, I only can write when I'm high."
If I tell you who it is, you'll go, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A guy I know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to.
His office used to be at the very end. His office used to be where Josh's office is.
Okay, cool. I can figure that out.
Yeah.
I can do that math pretty easy in my head. Gonna play it cool, not leave any hints on the table.
Right.
Now, I couldn't even handle Vicodin without feeling weird and crazy.
Yeah.
My very first knee surgery, I came out of surgery. I was regretful. I was selfish for having a surgery. It was like the lowest part of my life.
That's wild.
I couldn't handle it.
Just you think it's the effects of like all of it,
It could be
sedation, everything.
Yeah, and I say Vicodin because I knew that's the only thing I actually knew I was taking, but they obviously gave me stuff prior.
Yeah.
It's also so funny that like because of pharmaceuticals, like Vicodin is a way more intense drug than pot. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like
So
smoking
true.
pot, I can't even handle hard pills.
Right.
Like that's a wild angle to have of that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
can't
great
even handle
observation.
medical morphine. Okay, let's go into the things.
Well, Osmond, you're probably the biggest moviegoer here, I would say, right?
The last movie was Spider-Man: No Way Home.
How was it?
It was really good.
You liked
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
It's
loved
so
it.
fun. Yeah, you watched them all growing up, right?
Yeah, but the last movie I just watched was on Monday night, and it was Star Trek Generations because I'm in a Star Trek: The Next Generation deep dive.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Those are the ones.
That's right.
It's got like Harold or Kumar in it.
No, that would be JJ Star Trek, and as my dad would say, ugh, JJ Star Trek is just so, that is not Roddenberry Star Trek. Which, if anyone watches Star Trek and listening, this makes sense.
They know what they're doing.
J.J. Abrams, the movie.
Yes.
Oh,
My dad will
okay.
literally be like, "That's not my Star Trek." And I'm like, "Calm down, Dad. What is this, the Bobcat bit? Where it's fake?"
That is so not my Star
That
Trek.
is literally how my dad
That
will be.
says a lot in those few words, yes.
Oh, it's so fun. But no, I'm on the old Star Trek kick right now. So getting ready for the new Picard season.
See, I never get into any of that. I mean, I loved Khan, which was, back in the 80s?
Wrath of Khan.
Wrath
number
of Khan,
2.
yeah. That's probably where I finished my Star Trek movie watching. Yeah.
Everything with Patrick Stewart is fantastic.
And he
can
seems
do no
great.
wrong.
He seems
is
great,
wonderful.
but-
And we saw him in the new Doctor Strange 2 trailer.
Is he
And
in
his
what?
voice.
Is he in makeup or something? I didn't recognize him.
You didn't see
Just his
him
voice,
from
yeah.
the front because he's a part of, I believe, in the Marvel Universe. Well, the comics, the Illuminati, where it's like a lot of the big shots in different
I didn't know that was a
groups.
thing.
Yeah.
So it's like Iron Man, Professor X. So it's a variant, because, depending on how they do this, opening up
Right.
all the Fox characters, your Deadpool, all the mutants. It's very exciting.
It's going to get wild.
This is wild. So I have
Tom
one
will
niece-
hate it even more.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have one niece that's like Frozen, all the girly Disney, all that stuff. My other niece, they're 6 months apart in age, so they're 4 years old right now. And the other one will school you about Marvel like you have never.
Oh, yeah.
We have a show and tell video that a little boy got up in preschool class and he was like, "This is my Spider-Man." And my niece is in the background. She was like, "That's not Spider-Man." He was like, "Yes, it is." And she was like, "No, it's not. It's like somebody else. Oh, Miles Morales. That's not even Spider-Man. That's Miles Morales. They're 4. They're fighting like this. That's not Spider-Man." It's a funny thing.
That's
I've ever heard.
wild.
But
And the
Miles is Spider-Man.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever
one
the
universe.
character she had or he had, but then the nurse is like, or the teacher's like, "Savannah, calm down." And then under her breath, she's like, "That's not Superman."
That rules. All right, well, I say we get into the meat and potatoes of this. It's a classic bit about how prehistoric films were always a hit.
This summer, audiences were terrified by a giant prehistoric shark in the Meg. Prepare to be traumatized again with the sequel from Bob and Tom Pictures.
We have the discovery of a lifetime.
It's another huge prehistoric discovery.
What you discovered is bigger than we ever thought possible.
The most massive reproductive organ in history.
The largest that ever existed.
Massive prehistoric machine.
But that was only the start.
There is something down here.
Oh my God.
What lurked underneath was deadly.
It's a megalodon. Wait, what? It's a megalodon. He's kidding, right?
No, he's not kidding. It's The Smeg. The Smeg, directed by Dick Vermunda.
The Smeg, rated PG-13.
There we go. That's a little writer's chef's kiss. Dick Vermunda there, not bad. I like it when they just get the joke out and they're like, okay, what else can we do? We got a couple tags we can put in there. Is the Meg that had Mark Wahlberg in it?
Blake Lively? Am I thinking of the right thing?
I have no idea. It's a movie about a big shark, right?
Yeah. I didn't
sure.
see it, but I thought it was pretty funny. The bit.
Yeah, the bit's real funny.
And it's one of those I bet we played once.
Sure, sure.
Because I do not remember it when I was looking stuff up. I'm like, I don't remember this one at all. And it wasn't that long ago because Josh is laughing on it. And I think I even heard Grace laughing in there.
Yeah.
Oh, really? This was from 2018, the movie.
All
And not at all Blake Lively. I'm sorry. So Jason Statham.
Oh, there you go.
Really?
Ruby
That's
Rose,
wild.
Rainn Wilson.
Seems too campy for him.
A little bit.
It's really. I like how no one really remembers the movie The Meg. I mean, maybe folks love it. I'm not really sure. It didn't really make an impression on me. But it's funny how when you're doing parody stuff like this, you kind of just throw stuff at the wall. And if The Meg were to become like a big summer blockbuster, maybe this bit would have been played more, kind of thing.
Right.
It's funny how you don't know when you're parodying things, or you're satirizing things. You don't know what's going to work because you don't know what people are going to care about.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough.
I agree.
Or if Tom's into it.
Yeah, there's that.
That's the big part. Yeah.
He likes hearing the, what Dick Vermunda? I can't.
Yeah, Dick Vermunda. I mean,
that's
and all I have to do is I'll tell my dad, be like, hey, we did this bit, and the guy's director's name was Dick Vermunda, and then suddenly on Tuesday, Dick Hitswater is going to be calling in, and he's going to be sitting in for Dick Vermunda.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet. Yeah.
And that's how we get it. That's how we get right back to it. We use that bit twice.
Can you remember where you first heard the term schmegma?
Oh, it had to be here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I was not familiar with it till I worked here.
Yeah,
I was not. It's a term utilized by the uncircumcised. Correct? Is that what it's a part of?
I think
Isn't
technically
it dick cheese, basically?
Yeah. I think medically you do call it dick cheese, Alsman.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that it's not really an issue I've had a lot in my life.
That's good.
I think it's more for the caped crusader that kind of struggles with it.
That's what I thought. I thought you had to be uncut for sure.
Yeah, I think it was best.
Freshman year of college at Anderson University softball team. That's right. That's where we would use it a lot. We would call people schmegma.
So funny.
Like, I don't know why.
Freshman
it
year of
happened.
college for me is when I first heard about it. Yes.
I don't remember.
Huh.
I remember the kid in our high school that was uncut.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Never saw it. Heard about it.
How does that get around? I mean,
Locker room.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets around.
Oh, it's the locker room.
Yeah.
I had my buddy Martin.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
stuff like that happening?
My buddy Martin is a British guy, and I didn't know most circumcision is like an American thing. British people aren't circumcised. None of the Beatles are circumcised. Think about that for a little.
What?
Yeah. British people, it's an American thing. British people do not do it.
I thought it was a Jewish thing.
It's a Jewish thing. We picked it up after them.
That's so wild.
Yeah. There's there's the bris, I believe, is like the religious ceremony affiliated with it.
Yeah.
In America, it's just a cultural thing that we do. It's not done in a lot of other places. My buddy Martin, we're at camp and we're going to the bathroom, we're at the urinals, and I'm not looking, but he just turns to me and he goes, I'm uncircumcised. Looks like a little pink elephant trunk, don't it? And I'd never talked to this guy in my life. We're in different cabins during staff training, and then I go to my buddy. I'm like, "This is weirdo Martin. I'm never going to talk to this guy again." And now he's like one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Did he just put it out there just in case you saw it? And he's like, "Look, I'm going to acknowledge it first, you can't."
He's a really weird guy. He went to British boarding school, and now he works for the British government, and he has to be really buttoned up over there.
No kidding.
So when he comes to America, he just turns into a drunk child. Oh. But it's fun because me and my buddy Colin will do a trip to Nashville or whatever, and me and Colin get a couple club shows, and then we just hang out with Martin, goofing around in the back. Yeah, he's not a good person.
Okay.
But he's very fun to hang out with, if that makes sense.
Oh, because he has to kill people for his job, right?
No, it's not that. I really wanted it to be that. It's a boring desk job. But that's what he would want me to think.
Right, there you go.
Okay, well.
It's like 0058. Sorry.
So has anyone ever seen one?
Oh, sure. Martin's.
Other than Martin.
Oh no, I've never seen one in the wild. I've seen one on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never seen one.
but never free range.
Okay.
I hate that I'm the only person in here that's seen it.
I haven't either. Yeah.
In the wild, you guys got to see more. I don't know what to tell you. Can we say that? Actually, I'm pretty sure that Dick Hiswater's filling in for Seymour Cox on Tuesday.
That's two. You got two.
That's great. Well, now this is just not a transition at all. Here's a heartwarming sports story.
ESPN Films presents the sports story of the decade.
Oh, hey, Doc, how you doing?
Hi there.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Oh, I feel great. I just a
Mr.
little nervous, a little apprehensive about
Mr.
things coming
Kipken.
No, it's Ripken, Doc.
Ripken.
Yeah, it's
That
Ripken.
looks like a K. Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, you
know, now that I see you.
See me play baseball. Huh?
How about that?
Yeah, pretty excited.
How you feeling?
I feel great. I am really psyched up for this this record. You know, I really feel like I'm going to make it, and just kind of nervous about it. That's why I set up the appointment. I just wanted to get checked out before I went in for the big game. How things looking? Pretty thorough exam.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, we've got a lot to go through here. Actually, let me just give you the abbreviated version. I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news.
Jeez. I guess I can take it. Give me the bad news. What's going on?
Mr. Ripken, the bad news is that you have a fatal disease.
What?
You're not going to make it to that game.
Fatal disease?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I don't believe it. What could the good news be?
Well, actually, all the symptoms are totally unique. We've never seen anything like it. So we're going to name the disease after you. Yeah! Cal Ripken Jr. disease. You'll be famous. Hey, isn't that great? Come on, Sporto.
Great. No, it's not.
Come on, lighten up. Listen, the guys and I upstairs all agreed we were out of names for diseases. We figured, hey, why don't we do it just like Lou and name it after the guy with the disease?
Oh, God.
Come on. Think of it. You'll be in every medical book listed right next to rickets.
The Cal Ripken story. The courageous tale of the player, the streak, the man, the disease.
Today, I consider myself the unluckiest man on the face of the earth. This is bull. I can't believe it. I'm gonna die. I was that close to setting the record. Now you're talking to a dead man.
The Cal Ripken story.
Why me? Why me?
He was on top of the world until the poor son of a bitch played himself to death. The Cal Ripken story, starring Robbie Benson as Cal, Billy D. Williams as Frank Robinson, Mickey Rooney as Earl Weaver, and Eddie Murphy as Eddie Murray.
Man said he gonna die. Oh, you guys!
The Cal Ripken story, coming this fall from ESPN. Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Is that referencing, was there ever a Lou Gehrig movie that's referencing? It references Ted Williams as well.
Well, I think it was in 95, and I remember this because I was an intern in the fall of.
Yeah.
So this happened in the summer of 95, and he was passing Lou Gehrig's record.
Okay.
Of consecutive games, which I just looked up was like 2,100 games in a row, which is unheard of. And I think he actually went to 2,500 or 2,600. It'll never be broken.
Sure.
Because these guys take days off and all that. So But yeah, it was totally a Lou Gehrig thing, but just all the backfill to make it his thing.
It was really silly.
And honestly, that was Marty being the doctor, our old boss Marty. Although he's back. No, that was a top 3 performance of Marty being the doctor. We're gonna name it after you. I think that all the time.
And that's one of my favorite things when everybody uses their regular voice.
Yeah.
Like that was 100% Dean being Dean.
Yep.
And I just that's what made me laugh the hardest at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's really subtle. It's really casual. It's like there's the you got a little when you're hitting those.
Yeah.
Usually when you hear a script, you don't hear ums involved in it. And
it
to put that
sounds
in
like
there
Dean and Marty talking. Like that's all it is. Yeah.
One thing that I want to point out, and I hate that I'm doing this. So the initial bit that I imagine was maybe just like riffed, like the doctor being like, is it Cal Kipken? Looks like a K.
Yeah.
He defies that later on when he goes, me and all the guys talked about it upstairs. We're going to call it Cal Ripken's disease.
Right.
So he's already talked about the name. It's already been established. So the whole being shocked thing didn't really play, but
maybe that was the point. It was deeper than that.
To be even more casual.
Oh yeah, we got to make sure we don't really.
Oh no, that's not me being like, this bit is incorrect. I'm not calling it out. The comedy doesn't line up. No, I was just trying to say it's just like it's a silly thing.
Oh no, I agree.
That's funny.
And then Lou Gehrig's disease. This isn't funny. That's now folks call that ALS now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
I wonder if were the Gehrig family responsible for that shift? Was the medical community? Did it just kind of happen?
Great
through them?
question.
I don't know.
I would think yes, please. Could we call it something else? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because I remember hearing a lot about it during the Ice Bucket Challenge. You guys
It's
remember that?
very awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's a horrible disease.
No,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like silly funny about it.
But that was the thing.
The naming is just is interesting. Is all I'm trying to say.
Tell me about it. Every time I spell my name, I'm like ALS. MAN, and they're like, oh, and they're like, I was like, I'm sorry, I feel guilty for having a name with it, and then I go to a gym where they actually display your name up.
Why?
It's Orange Theory. I don't know, to see your heart rate.
Yeah.
But it'll be like your first name and then your first 3 letters of your last, and it'll be like Jessica ALS, and I'm like, dear God, I just feel like it's always looming.
I never.
I made this about me.
No, that's funny.
I have GRI. That's the test you have to take to go to grad school. That's not very interesting.
Hall of Famer right here.
What you got?
Oh,
HOF.
HOF?
Yeah, very cool.
I would literally like, there's the Hoff.
Yeah.
Woo.
And then we have who?
I was actually getting ready to say pro, but because that's how it was before. Yeah. Prosser was my maiden name, so it was always PRO.
So back to your point, Willie, it was just Dean and Marty just kind of talking, doing their voices so do you think that would if it went off the deep end for Dean, that's where Dean would go? Was that pretty genuine Dean?
I don't know. So I'm
talking
curious.
to a dead man.
I'm curious if it was actually scripted. I'm curious if they just riffed that. I wonder if Marty in the moment goes, it'd be kind of funny. Cal Kipken. I wonder if that was a mistake, if he just said that. There's a lot of things that I'm curious about, but it's a really funny, really well done bit.
It's a classic.
And like a top 10 Dean Metcalf performance.
Fantastic.
And anytime that Chick is laughing that laugh, like I'm in.
Yep.
I'm in.
Like my gosh, when he busts it.
Yes.
So funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then they only do it a couple times, but like at the end after he's really sad while he's giving the speech, Ripken, Dean, whoever, they put a couple bleeps in there.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. And I love that. And then how weird that Eddie Murphy joke is so weird. And it's funny. I was going through my computer. I was looking at old sketches yesterday, and I have a kind of a sketch that I wrote where I have a weird line kind of like that, where it's just some idiot talking about the movie Shrek, and the guy just goes, "There's a donkey that sounds just like Eddie Murphy." I was just thinking about that joke.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murray. All right, well let's go to this next one. Do you guys remember all of those quote on a plane movies?
Audiences everywhere agree that there's nothing more terrifying this summer than snakes on a plane. Samuel L. Jackson and several slithery co-stars have made Snakes on a Plane a #1 box office thriller. But now, Bob and Tom Pictures brings you a motion picture that's bound to give you nightmares with the most horrifying creature ever to board a transcontinental flight.
Oh my God! Is that?
It's Elephants on a Plane.
How did that thing get on board?
Oh, excuse me. I think that's my seat over there. Yeah, 17B. Here we go. Uh-oh, looks like I'm in the middle. Excuse me, pardon me.
Sure, snakes on a plane would be bad, but no one wants to see an elephant on their flight.
No.
Can't quite get this seatbelt button.
Crushing me.
Oh, hey, sorry, fella. I thought you was an armrest. Oh, are those peanuts? I love peanuts. Are you going to eat those?
No, you can have them.
Oh, boy, thanks.
Elephants on a plane, only from Bob and Tom Pictures.
Oh, I was waiting for like a only from Bob and Tom Pictures and watch out for next summer. Like I was waiting for like a little tag joke at the end there.
We did at least 3 ... on a plane jokes.
Are those the next bits?
No, they're not. They're not. We played one before. I can't remember exactly what it was, but when I was researching yesterday.
Well,
there's another one.
The one thing I want to say is in the audio of that in the background there is what is clearly like I don't know anything about planes, but like a small like a single prop plane.
That's right.
It's not like that big plane noise. And then in the background it's like, oh no! Ah! Like people are dying in the back, but then it's just this kind of casual conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes
if you
me
dig
laugh
into
a
the
bunch.
visual, it's very ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree.
Isn't there a movie called like Dumbo Drop or something where they had like pick up an elephant and move it?
A whole movie about that?
I know, right?
It actually sounds like something that would have been, yeah.
We did the news story about the helicopters that were picking up rhinos. Remember that, to transport them? And they had to like sedate them and then cover their eyes. And
That's
the easiest
so
way to do
sad.
it was legs
Aw.
up.
They do
Yeah.
that with like sharks too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Disney movie, Operation Dumbo Drop.
Oh, okay, sure. Operation. There you go.
There was a feature film. Was it animated or?
It was real. And you know who starred in it?
Can I guess?
I'm going to guess too. You go first.
It's not Nick Offerman, but it's a guy like Nick Offerman.
What year did it come out?
1995.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
No.
Totally off. 1995. Who's the 95?
I'll
version
give
of
you
Nick
a hint.
Offerman?
He's getting too old for this.
Oh, is that? Oh, is it Danny Glover?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And let's
Shocked
stick
I
with
got that.
baseball. A baseball tie-in. Ray Liotta.
Okay.
Wow.
And then others.
And Glover was pretty big in
Dennis
mid-90s,
Leary.
I would say, yeah.
Can I
guess
ask a
we should start
question?
Dennis Leary. Yeah.
What's Ray Liotta's connection to baseball?
Field
in
of
a Field of
Dreams.
Dreams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't.
He's the one that asks.
In Goodfellas, he beats somebody with a baseball bat.
No.
Yeah.
For a second, I was just like.
see?
For a second, I was like, he probably played minor league ball when he was a kid. That's where he started
is.
smoking and dipping. Now he's got to take Chantix.
Sorry, now I'm just like,
going
that's,
third.
hey, I don't think, but when he pulls up at her house
Yeah.
when they're dating and
Yeah.
that guy across the street was hitting on him, he opens the trunk and
Yeah.
pulls out a baseball bat and walks across the street and just
Yep.
smashes her neighbor.
Yep.
I thought about getting a bat to keep around the house, just to in case
Yeah.
anything happens.
You don't have a bat in your house?
I got a fungo bat.
No, you need a wooden bat.
No, it's a wooden fungo bat, but it's about
Oh,
this
it's
big.
little.
I have a smaller bat right under the bed where I can just.
Yeah.
Mine's aluminum.
Yeah, we have one.
That's just too big.
It's perfect. Lisa Fernandez.
But, Chris, you could.
They don't sound like that.
That's
When you
a
say you hit a ball.
I like the click, though. That was good.
That was very good.
I'm either going to get a wooden bat or a semi-automatic assault rifle. I just can't pick which one yet. No laughs at all. Okay, perfect. Keep it awkward.
Because I know
I'm
that
laughing
you would never have a
on
gun.
the
Oh gosh, are you kidding me? Oh.
Maybe a Nerf gun. They just throw him off. Like, what does he do? Is he hitting us with a Nerf? What is this? Macaulay Culkin?
I do have a Nerf gun.
So I have a gun, but it has rubber bullets.
Really?
Yeah, just like on
Enough
the
to be annoying and useful.
enough to like slow somebody down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not to give too much away, but I live alone and in the country. Like that's sometimes the alarm
And real
system.
quick, what's that address where you live? Nearest main intersection. What time do you leave the house? Usually go to bed.
She's never at the movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
No, but the best, like for someone who doesn't have a gun, like myself, the next best thing is a neighbor with a lot of guns.
Yes.
And I know I have the code. I can't I don't have the code to his safe, but I can get in his house.
I would watch that movie. Jason Hoff says.
Yeah.
Like it's like he's protecting the neighborhood. He's the only one left, and he runs across the street.
My
Can
first
you wait
call
a
is
second?
not.
I gotta go get something to defend myself. Hold on.
My first call is not 911 if there's something really bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's to my neighbor.
Yeah.
I promise you.
I got a guy like that I can call. Yeah, at this point, I couldn't have a gun in my house unless I had a real man move in the guest room. And then he could kind of take care of business.
Relax,
He
Willie.
could probably, he probably has a stud finder just on, so we have to hang something. He can do it. That could be. I really got to get a friend. None of my friends all my friends are morons. None of them know what they're doing.
What's going to go down? You're like, in case something goes down, like what? Red Dawn?
You don't know.
I'm
just saying. You know.
And now that we're having this conversation, everybody knows that we're an easy target.
I know, right?
No, it's nothing.
We are pissing people off.
Well, we're a target like X marks the spot. This is a terrible transition, but I'm doing it anyways. This movie would have been rated X for sure.
Moviegoers have made Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, the box office hit of the season. Now move over, Austin Powers. Bob and Tom Pictures presents The New Spy in Town.
So you're a spy, huh? Just like James Bond 007? Oh my God. Jeez, it's more like 0012.
And a half.
Bob Gavoyan is Aston Kramers, the spy who gagged me. When we say this movie is going to be big, we mean big.
So, Mr. Kramers, we finally meet. I'm Minnie.
Mm-hmm.
Minnie Beaver.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Minnie.
You know, I heard you were dead, captured by enemy agents in the Middle East. They said you were hung.
What do you think?
Wow, they were right.
Bob Gavoyan is Aston Kramers, the spy who gagged me, from Bob and Tom Pictures. You've never seen a secret agent this cocky.
This is a great restaurant, Aston. I've noticed you've got quite a hearty appetite tonight. You keep eating like that and you're going to get fat. Whoa, you may not be fat, but you're definitely big bone.
If you see only one movie this summer, see Aston Kramers, The Spy Who Gagged Me, from Bob and Tom Pictures. Mention the Bob and Tom Show and get a free 1.5 long hot dog at any matinee showing of Aston Kramers, The Spy Who Gagged Me.
Aston Kramers, The Spy Who Gagged Me. Guys, don't work too hard.
No,
okay?
no.
Sometimes you take the first idea, you don't do the rewrite, you run with it.
Don't you guys ever feel like we talk about stuff? We were going to do this podcast 30 minutes early.
Yeah.
And then we started at when we were originally supposed to start because we hadn't seen each other in a while. We were catching
we had to
up
goof for a little while.
But we were talking about accents and people who like that, and that The Spy Who Gagged Me reminds me when I was talking about that woman we were talking about earlier, and I said she sounds like she's choking on something. Like, this whole bit, that's all I kept thinking is that's what she sounds like. Yeah.
You know what? You figured out what the something is.
What the something is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a spy. She's choking on a spy.
But you know what's funny in that bit when Bob Austin, when he introduces himself, Aston, excuse me. I kind of expected to hear bump.
Right.
Hi, I'm Aston Kramers.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm just so conditioned to that, and I think that started in a later era of Bob and Tom.
No, it started way earlier.
Oh, you think so?
Spy Who Gagged Me was about 99, I want to say.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But I think it would have conflicted with the music and tone of this one.
Is The Spy Who Shagged Me, is that the first Austin Powers movie?
I think it's the second.
I think it's the second. Yeah, it was just Austin Powers. The first
International Man of
there
Mystery
you go.
was the first one. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, those movies are so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how old were you? They must have been right up your alley.
Oh, he was
I was
probably
a
too
kid.
young even.
No, I was a kid, but we got to go.
Yeah.
It was like Sam was old enough, and with comedy was always fine.
You were like
that's
6.
how my dad was.
Yeah.
You were like 6.
Now I'm like laughing in my head because I remember watching that movie in theaters with my dad, and then just giggling because like in my head he was watching Austin Powers, and the only thing he could focus on was pulling out his little notepad to write down Aston Kramers.
Right.
Funny.
Exactly.
He probably left to go get us popcorn for like a refill or whatever, and was like taking notes.
Yep.
Like, okay,
That's great.
Minnie Beaver. Is that the name they use?
Yes.
Dude, half the fun of a parody bit is just the names.
Oh my gosh, you had a killer one the other day. What were we talking about? And you said Beaver instead of
Scarlet Fever.
Yeah.
My dad wanted a porn star named Scarlet Fever, and I said her name would be Scarlet Beaver.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just right there.
Yeah, it was too easy.
What are you gonna? I mean, again, don't work too hard. Sometimes you just go for what's in front of you. You have fun.
I always wonder about these bits, listening to it. Okay, like you said, Willie, your dad probably wrote it, and it's like, and Dean's like, all right, well, I'll get so and so to, and Tom's like, no, I'll narrate it.
Yeah,
He wanted to do this one.
He does. I like him as a narrator because he still does his voice. It doesn't. Chick really. Chick has the perfect. It's like the parody of that voice, and it sounds like that actual voice.
Yeah.
But I like when my dad does it. I don't prefer it, but I just enjoy it when he does it because it's very interesting to kind of stay in your own lane and it's mapping it over. I expressed that so poorly. I couldn't have said that worse. I'm so sorry.
It's because you love hearing him say it because he was so happy to be the one to say it too. So you probably feel that in his vibe, very natural.
I just like the more like subtle approach sometimes. Like sometimes it's funny to do like the in a world thing and do a direct parody of trailers. But in this, it's like not the parody of the trailer. It's just what this is. It's Aston Kramer's.
But I want to know, what did they use to throw on the table?
Oh, I had this queued up because I knew, because she laughed the hardest.
When
this hit.
The second time, very effective still.
This is the first time, and I think it's even louder and, quote, heavier.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
You think.
It bounces.
It bounces.
And like the second time, she says like, you're eating so much, you're going to get full. And I guess that kind of suggests like maybe he's unzipping his pants because his pants are too tight. But it doesn't say that explicitly. It's just like any conversation, this guy takes his pants off. Yeah. And I think that's very funny.
That's the go-to.
I also like you can tell that when it hits, it doesn't hit and then fall. It just all hits. It goes horizontal immediately.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Like a big slab of bologna.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Dean could tell us how that was recreated, but it sounds like he's just throwing luggage on a table.
Yeah.
Gosh, the Foley work that Dean Metcalf has put into this silly show.
The absolute best.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Just crinkling straws to like imitate an engine or whatever it is. I don't know. I got
the best one, Jesse. You know what this one is? When someone came in and so-and-so enters the room. And it's literally Dean with his mouth
making
a noise for a creaky door.
My go-to bit for Dean low production high comedy is Shirtless Girl. Shirtless Girl is so.
I thought that was
Bob. That was probably Bob.
That might be Bob, but he does all the sound effects that. And I didn't even mean to say that like the mapping of like the boob sound over the car sound.
Right.
Just the really you saying it is so silly to me.
Yeah.
Because he could have, it's not Google at that point; it's a different thing. But he could have found like a sound archive that had a door
we had
opening.
tons of stuff. Yeah,
he could have done that. But it's funny just to go. It's the same thing as not doing the in a world voice.
Yeah.
You do a different approach, and it's very effective for me.
So great,
at least.
so great.
We got a few more of these, or a couple more rather. Well, this one involves the spelling bee and booze, so I'm in.
Following the huge success of the dramatic story of the Great American Spelling Contest, Aquila and the Bee, Bob and Tom Productions is proud to present a movie that will touch your heart.
Dipsy, dipsy, doo-doo. Uh-oh. Wonder what he wants.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Ossifer.
It's a movie about the power of determination.
Do you know why I pulled you over this evening?
No. Don't you know?
Sir, please step out of the car. It would appear that you're highly inebriated. I want you to try and say the alphabet.
No problem, Chief. A, B, C, D, E, G, F, H, G. No, hold on. I forgot the Q, didn't I? Is there a Q in margarita? Can I have a different question, Alex?
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Phil Mondor.
All right, Mr. Mondor. I'm writing you a ticket. Now, Mondor, can you please spell that?
I don't know, Barney. Can you use it in a sentence for me?
Oh, okay. How about this one? Phil Mondor's going to jail.
Hey, chill out, G-Man. I'll spell it for you. It's easy. Phil Mondor. P-H-L-I-D.
No, hang on a minute.
It's Tequila and the Bee.
All right, Mr. Mondor, you have the right to remain silent.
Whoa, wait a minute. Why am I going to jail?
Look, I'll spell it out for you. D-U-I.
Guess I'm S-O-L?
Yeah, looks like you better pick up some K-Y.
Movie critics Siskel and Roper give it 2 fingers touching your nose. Rex Reed calls Tequila and the Bee the Feeling No Pain movie of the year. Don't miss Tequila and the Bee, only from Bob and Tom Productions.
Tequila and the Bee. It's I was writing down, I was taking notes. I thought it was going to be Aquila and the DUI. I was wrong. Did you guys see Aquila and the Bee? It was a big deal at my school because there was a kid from my school that was in that movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
This guy, George Hornado, who I don't know what he does now, but he went to the Scripps spelling bee and he got like second place or something.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't know if it was like part of the award or if it just kind of happened at the same time, but yeah, he got cast in that movie and he's the guy. There's a scene where they're playing basketball and then Aquila's like, I'm just here to have fun. And then he dribbles the basketball twice and goes, spelling bees are serious. You might have to believe that, but I remember that was like I was in middle school when that happened, and like we were like saying it in school, and we were like, "But George got to say it in the movie."
Yeah,
wow,
yeah, really, really weird.
It took a minute and a half to get to the name of that.
Oh yeah,
that's how long they drug that out. That was so funny.
Well, you have to wait. You can't reveal it initially because it's just a rhyme joke. It's right there. Yeah. It's just Tequila and the Bee. That is very like you saw what the movie was called, and it's one of the first things that pops in your head. I don't know, super funny.
I never even heard of the movie before.
Oh really?
Yeah,
it's great. It's Keke Palmer, I think, and she's like a little girl, and she goes to the spelling bee.
Lawrence Fishburne,
yeah.
Yeah, and I probably only remember it because of this bit. Which was not on an album, by the way. So you probably.
Oh wow!
I bet this hasn't been played in 15 years. I'm guessing.
It's you hear about the movie once a year when they do the Scripps spelling bee.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some controversy with that last year?
So wasn't it?
They ran out of words a couple of years ago. I remember that.
I remember that too.
Which that's the one thing you need is the words.
Yeah. How do you run out of those?
Yeah. Also, get a dictionary.
It's like my friend Matt who said he went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and they did what?
They ran out of chicken.
They ran out of chicken.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know my Colts story?
No.
In the spelling bee, it was when the Colts were going to the playoffs 2 years before they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was Colts Day. We had a spelling bee. Everyone was wearing their Colts jerseys. In the spelling bee, I got the word Colt. A kid yelled out, "It's on your shirt, stupid!" And I spelled out C-O-L-T, and they were like, "Wrong. You should have asked for origin. We were looking for Colts, like drink the Kool-Aid Colt." And to this day, I'm furious about it.
C-U-L-T.
I'm furious that they included that word in there.
Yeah.
And that they did it on Colts Day. The kid
They
that
knew what
heckled,
they were doing.
"It's on your shirt, idiot." Oh my! I'm
and you
very
listened
bitter.
to the crowd.
Yes.
Dang.
I'm very, very bitter about
So
it.
my spelling bee, I hate spelling, hate it. We had it in elementary school. Every Friday, you got to stand up there. My teacher said February.
Ooh.
I spelled it capital F-E-B-U-A-R-Y. She's like, incorrect. It is, obviously it's R-U. And I'm like, yeah, but you pronounced it February. She goes, well, that's how it's pronounced, but it's not how it's spelled. Oh, you better see the Alsmans go to work when I get home. I'm like, Dad, can you believe this? He goes, that's incorrect. It's pronounced February. We're getting the dictionary out and looking at it. I'm like, should have been my trophy.
Does she also say library?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I also appreciate that teacher taught us the longest word in the English language, which is like, I'm going to mess it up. It's pneumono ultra microscopic silicone volcaniosis or something like that.
Spell it.
P-N, and that's all I got. But they said on The Simpsons once. I was so excited. I was like, I know that word. It's when Abe and Homer are making the tonic. But anyway.
So you knew the word before The Simpsons bit?
I don't know if it just happened after or not. I have to look at the years. But once I rewatched it, I was like, I know that word. I'm botching the end of it. You know what I mean? It basically means the flu.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
3 letters. It's funny. It's funny stuff. But no, she mispronounced the word. What am I supposed to do? She said February. Yes, that's how we Hicks say it sometimes, but
If you gave me 5 tries to write down Wednesday, February the 12th, without autocorrect, I could not do that.
oh man, 12th? You said
What do
that.
you
It kind of
mean?
made me twitch. I don't know if I could spell 12.
Can you nail that on the first try? Is it a V or is it an F?
No, there's no V.
12?
12th or 12th? It's an F?
Just a TH?
And then Wednesday, I know, is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I don't know. Everyone that's my age is going to be in trouble for life because we had autocorrect. It's, I can't spell
Here's the thing, though.
anything.
They're not taking autocorrect away. So you're going to be fine.
That's what I'm saying. Why couldn't we use calculators then? Because they weren't going to just disappear.
How do you say that word? The word that you used to add things together?
Calculator.
You got a little. It was a little
Calculator.
Yeah.
We say calculator.
Okay,
That's
cool.
right. How is it?
I just wanted to check. It sounded like you said like calculator, like.
Oh, like quick hardening caulk?
Yes.
Calculator?
Yes.
All right.
I wasn't trying to do CO. I was doing CAU.
Oh,
that
wonderful.
was the word in Wordle the other day. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Oh, it
now.
was
This is
yesterday
done.
because I literally finally got it, and I was like, oh.
Are you into Wordle?
Yeah, I Wordle.
I'm so into it. Are you into this?
Did New York Times ruin it?
New York Times bought it.
They haven't made any ads or anything pop up yet.
I've heard they've started to ruin it.
It's hard. I mean, cock is pretty tough.
I mean, it was hard, Willie.
Girls, is he right?
Guess.
Girls or what?
I had like faults, so I was like halfway there. I had all the middle ones, and then you don't think about that. I don't know. It was frustrating. They're very silly. It's very dumb. You got to do it every day.
And I always change up my first word. I never use the same one.
I use the same one every time. I know what I use?
What?
Ado. You get 4 out of 5 of the vowels in there.
Very smart.
Whichever one you get, you do
That's
process.
good.
So if you get the A, then the next one you do coral. You figure out if that O's in there or not.
Huh.
Yeah. If you guys know what Wordle is, just Google it.
And you can put in bad words. I'm like, boner.
Nice.
and it'll
dicks.
accept it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of them.
The guy that made it for his long distance girlfriend. So I heard that sometimes it's supposed to be kind of horny. Like I did one in the archive and it was navel, which that's definitely a horny word.
It's your belly button.
Yeah.
It's what tied you to your. Yeah, that's true too. It's what connected you to your mother.
Yeah, but no, but it's navel.
Oh yeah, how sexy is it
Come
now?
on, that's not why I'm going there with it. Damn it, Jess! Why'd you have to make me?
I really wish I had Pat Godwin's "I'm so horny" ready.
Oh, I'm so horny.
Willie's so horny.
All right, we got one more of these. I figured we got to give you a Cliff Notes theater before we go.
The Bob and Tom Show now presents Cliff Notes Theater. Cliff Notes Theater, an abbreviated version of today's latest films for those with a busy lifestyle. Today's presentation:
Showgirls, a hot look behind the scenes of strip clubs, rated NC-17.
And now, Cliff Notes Theater.
Wow, look at the size of them things.
Cliff Notes Theater. Because sometimes you just don't have time to sit through the whole thing. I feel like I've seen it now.
Yeah, sure.
You have.
You know what's funny? That's kind of like what Mr. Skin does. I know it's like a different bit, but it just kind of just takes you right to the boobies, is what I was going to say, and I ended up saying it, and I feel like a weirdo saying it.
You can put boobs in Wordle.
You can put boobs in Wordle.
I love the callback.
You can put boobs. You can put dicks. Can you put dicks? I don't know.
Penis?
You can put penis. Penis and urine are also two good starter words.
Is this an app?
No, it's not an app. There's an app called Wordle. It's very confusing.
I have that app though too because you can go back and play the old ones.
Oh,
you can get an app.
No, but
it's
the app,
not the same one that everyone else is.
But
doing.
I think the app called Wordle does not have anything to do with the game called Wordle. I believe.
En contraire, mon capitaine. I can't speak French. That was my Q impression. Back to Star Trek. Yeah, it's just called Wordle. I think by now everyone figured out everyone was playing it, so they made it an app.
You know what?
Here's
Jess, here's the thing. I'm certain you're wrong. I'm looking. I have the app called Wordle right here. It's a different game. I'm not going to worry about it. It might be an iOS versus an Android thing. I don't want to get too into it.
Ah, damn! It's Wordling.
Yeah, so
they got me.
No, yeah,
they
I told
got
you.
me.
I was certain you were wrong.
It's February all over again.
I didn't want to be a jerk about it. But.
No, listen.
Please be a jerk.
I knew she was wrong too.
Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing.
Shut your mouth, though,
there's
Jason.
nothing you can do.
Hold on, I'm looking up for the dirt. I took a screenshot of my dirty Wordle. I want to see what words I put in.
You can put there's a lot of fun ones you can put. You can put boobs. You can put dicks. We already got those ones.
Shaft.
You can put
boner,
butts.
shaft, floor.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a lot of horny words in there. Floor's not that horny, depending.
No, that's
on...
how I won. I just figured it out in 3.
Nice.
But the first one was boner and the second one was shaft.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's floor.
I start with a do or urine, figure out the vowels, then go from there.
I know, and there's not an app called Wordle, so when you go to look it up, it's not.
No, there is an app called Wordle, but it's not affiliated with this. We just went over this.
I tricked you.
We just went over this.
Did you hear what I said?
You said there's not an app called Wordle, and I already said there is.
But it's not affiliated with the Wordle that is from the UK. You go to like a UK website, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because the app isn't called Wordle. It's called Wordling. Remember when I just messed it?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
For those that are listening and just rewound.
This is the worst ending to a podcast we've ever had. So
well, I was going to say
I thought I was trying to be light and funny, and then Jesus Christ, now everyone's so sad. Okay, so
I don't know what happened.
I feel like Cliff Notes Theater is perfect for Jess Hooker.
My sister dumped her boyfriend.
Okay, there we go. Now it's the best ending to a show we have ever had.
I try to be real. She didn't want to have any part of it. Mm-hmm. And then you get to hear what we were talking about before we came on.
Dumps can also be in Wordle, and that's relevant, and it's about poops.
And
so
you get that U in there. Sometimes it's hard to get the U.
Poops can be about Wordle. Poops can be in Wordle.
Let's do all things about butts with Wordle, like bowel and urine. I guess that's pee-pee.
Dirt button.
It's got to be 5 letters.
I
love how fast you were there. Dirt button.
Balloon knot.
Yeah. Again, it's not getting the 5 letters thing.
Keep trying, Jess. I want to hear how many you got.
The Devil's Donut.
On the app called
Wordling.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the website is just Google Wordle.
There's a game called Wordle.
Correct.
There's an app called Wordle that's not affiliated with it.
Correct.
You use an app called Wordly that is like Wordle.
Yes, but I use the website too.
No, yeah, I was just getting everything straight.
If we talk about this long enough, my sister will be dumping her next boyfriend.
Yeah, that's great. All right, well, I say we call it there. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And go to my Instagram, see if I have any shows near you anytime soon. Take care.
Sorry, Willie.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing at all. We're
Don't
okay.
hate me.
I just tried to get intense and be silly about it. I got nothing. You know what?
Come join TV's Ross Matthews every Thursday on his new podcast, Hello, Ross.
Hi, I'm Ross Matthews, and I am so excited to tell you about my brand new podcast, Hello, Ross.
You know, I just said that.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying it again to emphasize the name of my new podcast. It's Hello, Ross.
Look, you only have like 30 seconds to tell them about the new podcast, Hello, Ross. You have to tell them about the celebrity guests, the interesting people with cool stories to tell, and it's new every Thursday. Go ahead.
You never know who's going to pop by to say hello, Ross. It could be an Oscar winner, the star of your favorite show, even my dental hygienist.
Really?
No, she's fascinating.
Okay. Anyone else?
One time I was at a dinner party, and the lady across from me, turns out she was a dominatrix. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. I've been a naughty boy.
Huh. Are you going to ask?
We're gonna go there.
For reals?
And there.
For reals?
You better stretch.
I better stretch? What the heck?
On our show, nothing's off limits. I'm gonna ask that question.
No.
And that question.
No.
And I'm gonna get away with it.
Oh, boy.
So it's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, right? Except think of it Mr. Matthews' Gayborhood. Oh, that sounds fun.
You know, that actually does sound fun.
And it's on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Wait, that's my line. Hello, Ross, available on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Okay, now you just repeated me.
We are so over our time limit.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Michael Rosenbaum and his Smallville co-stars take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
We're going to watch every episode. Join us.
It's Big Talk.
You remember when I had to shave my head?
Oh, I think I was angry with this one.
On Smallville.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
The scene you did, and this is the one that got me fired, okay?
What?
Here we go. I love the excursions with me and Welling.
It's everything that Superman stands for.
It's Talkville.
Talkville, we always talk about it. It's a great thing.
The Smallville Rewatch Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.